Welcome to Necesse, an amazing game filled with awesome base building and complex boss battles. I had 100 days to defeat all the bosses, build a wondrous settlement, and care for my settlers like the benevolent overlord I am. Can I complete all of this in 100 days? Let's find out. If you guys find yourselves enjoying the video as well, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below for more. So I loaded into my world and was greeted with the tutorial. I went ahead and started completing it, chopping down a bunch of trees so that I could get a decent amount of wood. I also went ahead and made myself up some torches following the tutorial along the way. I decided to grab some more wood as I was going to need it to actually make up some of the new tools that I was going to need, such as a wooden pickaxe. So I made myself a wooden pickaxe over at this workstation, and then it was time to head into the underground area. I headed down into the underground area and, well, by luck would have it, I spawned right next to a lava pool, which is exactly what you want to see on your first time heading underground. I then spent some time setting some torches out, mining the area, and getting our first lot of copper ore as well, which was very exciting because we could use this to upgrade our tools eventually once we had enough of it and converted it over into bars. And here we go, we got our first enemies, some zombies. So we're going to go ahead and chop these guys up, take a little bit of damage there, and some goblins. Getting some basic loot here. Okay. Somehow this guy has spawned from over near where the lava pool is. That's fine, we're just going to run with the punches. I continued exploring, managing to find a bunch more copper ore, which I hastily mined up. There were enemies on the other side though that we could see, so I decided not to try and pursue them, and then it was time to continue exploring the cave. I was pretty happy so far with what we had discovered, but I knew that there were more secrets to be found down here. We just needed to find them. Shortly after, I did discover a chest down here, which was great. We've got cabbage, we've got cabbage seeds, some coins, iron arrows, a health regen potion, more torches. Oh shit, and a bomb. I then returned back to the surface and took a look at my adventure journal. Now, the adventure journal gave a brief overview of all the stuff that we could find in particular biomes, so it also gave you rewards for completing certain objectives. It was then finally time to complete the tutorial and place down my settlement flag. This gave me access to a whole bunch of new commands that I could use when I eventually got more settlers for my settlement. For now though, we only had the one elder. Now I got to work at making a forge and smelting some of the ore that we had received from the mines. I then headed out and decided to kill some sheep. I was going to need some of these guys' wool and their mutton to A, provide food, and B, to use the wool to make beds for my future settlers and for myself. I then returned back to the base where zombies decided to start attacking me. So I'm very glad that we headed back here when we did, otherwise we probably would have been overrun by them. We would not have survived out there. Alright, we're going to go to bed for the night. I think that's a good idea. The next morning I discovered an NPC village off into the distance using some map fragments that we had discovered. I also received my first lot of copper bars as well. I then received a new settler coming to visit our settlement. Now, thankfully, these guys were going to be a lot easier to recruit than the ones that were located in the NPC villages. So I waited for them to get here, and unfortunately it was only an exotic merchant with a bunch of stuff for sale, and we couldn't actually sell anything to them, nor could we recruit them. So we bought a leash so that we could hopefully use that later down the line for some of the animals. And then I went ahead and made myself up an anvil, which granted me a whole bunch of new unlocks that I could use to craft myself armor and weaponry. Alrighty, today we are going to head out and go check out this villager settlement up the top here. So let's head up there. We'll just start making our way. We do have some copper tools. We've got a copper axe. We've got a copper pickaxe. We just found a new area, I'm assuming. Forest surface, forest cave, plains. Okay, so we've got the plains and we've got, yeah, the plains. We can make a ladder to go into the dungeons. A storage chest, a little cheek. A freaking handgun and bullets. Sure. Don't mind if I do. Eventually I made my way to the settlement where I was greeted with a guard, and I asked him to join my settlement, but yeah, it required a butt ton of stuff that I did not have. So I decided to continue checking out the rest of the residents and just their buildings and everything like that. This is the first time we had found an NPC village, so I figured let's see if we can get any free stuff from it. Will you join my settlement? Coins, wheat, and sunflowers. Alright, I like how you need to recruit them with items. It's pretty cool. We've got a mage here. Now, there were a plethora of villagers out here, such as farmers, mages, and gunsmiths, as well as blacksmiths. Now, during this time, we also had another exotic merchant coming into our settlement, which we just ignored. I continued exploring their place, unfortunately not finding too much that I could take with me. Just a bunch of people that wanted money and various items to join my settlement, so I ended up giving up on that venture and just continued to look for stuff to take. I did find some stone and some sandstone, but they also had a ladder that would take us down into the underground area. So I decided to head down there, where I was met with another pool of lava, as well as a strange floating stone and a new bunch of enemies. Oh shit. Well, that escalated quickly. Alright, we got all our stuff back. He's no longer here. Okay, I'm breaking this. I don't know what it does, but we'll find out. Runestones. I don't know what that did. Is there anything exciting in here? Use? Oh, it's a bed. Wake up. Oh. Oh god, that was scary. There's more of them coming. We're not ready for this. We're so not ready for this. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna nunchuck his ass. What? Oh, fuck. After being annihilated, I returned back to the village to gather my things when zombies started attacking in the night. Thankfully, this mage was here to help solve those problems and annihilate them, but I accidentally attacked him in the crossfire. Oh, stop that, I may have to kill you. Okay, I apologize. After what I saw you do to those bloody zombies, I'm not going to tussle. I then went ahead and harvested up some of their crops that they had here, grabbing their seeds to take back to my settlement. I then went back underground again just to survey the area when these guys appeared, and they were ready to kill me, so I left very hastily. I then gathered some more of their seeds from the settlement. I accidentally did attack some of their structures, so they did get angry at me, which I needed to be very careful, otherwise I was going to make enemies galore. You guys aren't angry at me, right? Just taking all your food, don't mind me. New morning, new day. We got a bunch of loot from all the zombies that were murdered. A bunch of map fragments, which I've got to figure out how we combine them so that we can... Oh, all the chickens died. I apologize. That's a little bit disheartening. I then went ahead and started harvesting up one of their saplings that they had, and the whole town turned against me. And I was wholly annihilated in seconds due to that. I then returned back to the town. Thankfully, they weren't hostile towards me, which was great. And then I found a new biome, the snow biome. So I ventured out here and started murdering some of the penguins. I was a little bit of a monster for this, but they were just looking so innocent and cute, they needed to be destroyed. Come back here, I'm not done with you, boy. They just straight up get decapitated. I then continued exploring, finding what looked like an abandoned mine shaft filled with zombies. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, the zombie's asleep. There's a chest, there's a little bit of copper in here. It's very dark and spooky, these guys haven't really moved. Oh, now they have. Oh, and there's a ladder in here too, that takes us down. Let's take a look, see what we get. I want to see if you can actually pick up the structures, because that looks like a furnace. A master gold pickaxe, 20 tool damage, 15% mining speed. After grabbing the loot, I returned back to our settlement where a blacksmith was visiting. He wanted 357 coins to join our settlement. Unfortunately, I did not have that kind of cash on me at the moment, so we had to let him go. I then went ahead and made myself up some leather armor just to get some basic protection going. And then it was nighttime once again, and I decided to summon the first boss, Evil's Protector. To say I wasn't prepared was a little bit of an understatement. This guy was very scary. He did summon in little imps as well as throw giant fireballs out towards you. But it was our first boss battle, so I figured why not give it a shot and see how we go. Ouch. Whoa. Okay, this is a pretty intuitive boss fight. Whoa. Okay, that escalated very quickly. Grandpa, don't you die on me. Okay, this gun is honestly coming in such clutch. I'm out of ammo. I'm gonna die here. Oh no! Grandpa! Elder, get in there. Oh, he's got a portal. That's amazing. Well, he's gone. I mean, that was a solid attempt. We almost killed it. I ran out of ammo. The next day, I discovered a dungeon entrance located at the top of the map. I also found another village to our right side, so I decided to head over to the dungeon and just decide to take a look. I had no idea what it entailed, but I figured why not? Let's see what we've got going on up here. And that's when the Void Apprentices found me. We have 8 seconds. Oh, they're after me. I really wish I had my gun. Oh, there's more of them. Look at them all. Okay, we're going to just go down here. Oh, this was probably a bad idea. There he is. Yep, this is terrifying. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Apparently I found a pirate village. Dungeon. I then found myself in quite the predicament, stuck in a corner with a bunch of zombies coming after me, which killed me. Oh gosh, that's a long way to trek. After dying, I didn't bother returning to get my gear as I didn't really lose all that much stuff, and I continued exploring underground when I stumbled across a suspiciously tall goblin. Oh shit. What I have a feeling that is a bunch of goblins together. It was, dude. Helmet goblin, chestplate goblin, that's so good. Oh shit, they're kind of kicking my ass. Oh shit. I guess that was a trap. Yep. That makes sense. Oh, pumpkin mask. I returned back to retrieve my body and looted the chest that killed me, grabbing a bunch of loot in the process. We then had a farmer come in to join the settlement as well, and I only needed 300 coins to get him to join us. Thankfully, I was able to recruit him. Look at that. Ryan the farmer has joined the forest settlement, so I need to figure out how to get this guy to work. He doesn't have a bed, so he's not going to be very happy. I didn't realize they sold stuff as well. Corn, wheat, tomato, cabbage, and beet. What else can you do? Sell something. Let's look at how you work. All right, cool. We will say goodbye to him. I don't know how this guy is eating anything, but that's fine. I then ventured out into the night to try and track down some sheep so that I could get some wool from them so that I could hopefully make up some beds. Now, I didn't have any shears at this point, so I just murdered them. I felt a little bit bad about it. I then began work on the settlement that we were going to go. Starting with a central area around our settlement flag, I started laying out some paths and some farmland to hopefully get some crops growing. Alrighty, so we've got a little farming patch down for our farmer so he can work on that. We've kind of done some basic decorations just to see how this looks. We're going to wait for everything to kind of grow in, but we'll probably move some of it around anyway. And it looks like our crops are growing in well. We then had a hunter nearby come into the settlement, and he tried to make use of some of the resources that we had around the base. Now, he did want some wool and coins. I wasn't willing to spend 30 wool on recruiting this guy, however, so I did leave him and headed back underground to do some more looting, where I found a Zephyr charm, which was going to be great for future trinket crafting. As well as that, I continued mining out various resources when I stumbled across some crystals out here in the distance. Thankfully, mining them netted us some sapphire, my first gemstones that I had found. Okay, I don't know if you guys just saw that, but it looks like we've just found a vampire? Multiple vampires. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little scary, but I kind of want to take them on. Oh shit. Okay, we did damage. Hey, we killed one. No, we got demolition expert. I don't know what that was, but that's fine. These guys aren't that scary. I take it back a little bit. Okay, they're dying. Just stop throwing your bloody blood at me. That'd be great. Okay. That wasn't as bad as I was expecting. More bat wings. I don't know what the bat wings are for, but we'll take them. Adamant enchanting scroll. Huh. What was that? Corrupt blood bolt. Crafting material. Shoots a homing projectile. Huh, that's kind of cool. I continued exploring, discovering a new biome in the process, alongside a bunch of new enemies, which I hastily made my way out of because they were going to absolutely destroy me. Oh shit, that's a whole lot of them. Nope. Not dealing with you guys, sorry. They're still coming after us. We're running. Ooh! I'm throwing bombs. I'm throwing bombs. I'm throwing bombs. I think I missed all of the bombs. Fuck! So after dying there, a villager made their way to my settlement, and they were very easy to recruit for a little cash sum of 134 coins. So we recruited the basic villager to our settlement. Now, villagers didn't really do anything fancy. They just kind of did all the normal stuff. I then returned back into the cave system to try and fight some giant cave spiders to get their spider glands, as there was a weapon that I was after that would hopefully be very good, and we needed a bunch of the cave spider glands to make that happen. Okay. Oh, that is so close. We're on 1 health. We got some more glands, though. There's another spider coming. Oh shit, that's another vampire nest that we've just found. Not as bad, not as bad. After defeating the vampires, I returned back to the settlement where an exotic merchant had decided to show up, and they had a bunch of very strange random goods available for sale. So I took a look and decided to purchase some. There is a jumping ball. Used to summon jumping ball mount. Fun and fits all sizes. What the heck? But I have a feeling that we could potentially make that. Let's grab this large castle planning because I want to see what that's about. Now I did buy the large castle painting. However, when I purchased it, I thought it said large castle planning. So I thought it was like a blueprint thing that you could lay down on the floor and build around to make your things look like a castle. Not my brightest moment. Not my brightest moment. But I also bought a brain on a stick, which allowed us to summon zombies. So I can have 2 zombies at a time. Can I then also switch weapons? Okay, these zombies are pretty damn cool. I literally just designate a target. I mean, obviously the sheep aren't really fighting back, so it's not really much of a contest, but like still, this is pretty nifty to have. Cool, so we just figured out how to do a forestry zone. So now we've got one of our villagers just chopping down a bunch of the trees in the area. And then they're also going to be... Can I make this a bigger forestry? I'm just going to set it all to the back there. And that way she'll just keep chopping and replanting the trees, which is great. We'll just have an infinite source of wood coming through. We did have an angler come go, but we don't really care too much for them. It was then time to face Evil's protector. So I chucked a bunch of torches down so that we could light up the area and summoned in Evil's protector and got to work at trying to murder it. A blood bolt spell is pretty good. We got we got Grandpa using the gun over there. That seems to do a decent amount of damage. It doesn't look like summons get targeted. And they're kind of just guiding us, which is pretty nice. The rest of our villagers aren't really participating in this. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought they would participate. Oh no! That fucking homing missile gets me every damn time. So after failing to kill the boss yet again, I then ventured back into the dungeons briefly to grab some extra loot, and then I made my way back up the top so that I could finally make an alchemy table. As I had used all my health potions, I needed to find some more in the dungeon down below. Thankfully I did, and then raiders decided to approach my settlement to ransack it. Let's go. So then does that mean we can summon extra summons? No, okay, we only get the 2 spiders. Oh, the 2 zombies. Well, we can do 1 of each. Here they come. We can't really see much, but that's fine. I honestly don't think I don't think they'll make it in here with our summons anyway. Oh shit, that hurts. Oh fuck, alright. He had a blood bolt. I wasn't expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. That's fine, we can deal with it. Oh shit. The gun just nuked the dude. Alright, we got another mage coming in. And our spiders just absolutely destroyed him. After dispelling the raiders, I ventured back into the cave where I found a beet cave cropper. Had no idea what it was, but upon killing it, it did drop us some beetroot seeds, so I was pretty happy about that. It was then time for me to finally figure out how fishing worked. So I found myself a pond, sat in with my fishing rod, and got to work at trying to fish up some fish. We did. We got a fish. We got a salmon. We got a carp. Okay, so we got a carp and a salmon. Oh my god! Where did all these guys come from? We're gonna die here. Fucking. Alright. Well, that was Yep. Kind of backed myself into a corner there, didn't I? I returned back to the caves, finding the new snow biome as well as a trinket which gave us the light the area around us. So this was going to make life and exploring so much easier. So I began work on exploring the new snow biome, but died very quickly to some cave spiders, which was quite disastrous if I say so myself. I thankfully was able to get my items back, and we found a farmer coming up to the settlement. So we recruited the farmer, and the ram ran off into the sunset without its fellow farmer. I had also built up another crop area, and we completed the first cave missions for our journal entry as well. I was then attacked by a blueberry bush, which absolutely blew my mind.
Stabby bush.
Does not use summon slops. Capped at 3 bushes. So I guess you can set this up around your base. That's so fucking good. That's hilarious. Or you can just pop them out whenever you want. That's cool. Alrighty guys, we've been spending a little bit too long trying to get this secondary farm area up and running. So we've got a bunch of extra stuff planted now. Chili peppers, beets, fire moans, and corn. I will probably get rid of this fire moan the next crop cycle and replace it with cabbage, just so this is all food. We've got sunflowers and wheat just up here. Someone's using the staff. But in doing so, we had to demolish these guys' houses, so they currently don't have anywhere to sleep. But as you can imagine, everyone is very angry at me because I am letting them fight zombies and their farmers, and they don't have any houses to sleep, so they may be slightly sleep deprived for the last 3 or 4 nights. Not my problem. It's definitely safe to say that everyone is very mad at me. They literally have some farmland to sleep in. That's all they get. Nothing else, just farmland. Well, good luck, guys. I'm out of here. Alrighty, and I have once again spent way too much time building a little structure. So I've just gone ahead and demolished everything that was here, and I've built our first little house here. There's enough space in there, I reckon, for 2 of them, but I think we're going to just run it as 1. I then went ahead and continued building up some new houses for all of my settlers. I figured we've got enough space. We don't need to stick them into shoeboxes. So I did opt for like a 7x7, I think, or a little bit bigger than that, maybe 10x10. But I did try to put in like extra curves and different angles and stuff like that here so that they wouldn't all be identical. And I also tried to make the layout slightly different for each of them. So once again, they didn't all look identical and that sort of thing. But idiot me decided to make a 3rd one that was outside of the bounds. Alright, now it looks like we're getting attacked by a bunch of hunters or something. A raid on the village? Where are they? Here they come. I mean, are you guys even trying at this point? Strike banner. We've got 2 more of them coming. What was the strike banner? Whoa! Oh shit, they hurt. Okay, we've got to be careful here. A requirement for all protests. Alright, that seems a little bit foreboding. Oh, that was close. Oh shit, there's more of them. Okay, I need to be careful. I've got no bloody health. I don't know where I put my potions. We did, however, lose Ash, the villager. She got shot by a hunter, but we thankfully were able to repel them and they didn't actually take any of the loot, which was great. And then I spent some more time building some more houses for my settlers. And then realized it's outside of our settlement. So that was wonderful. So we've gone ahead and built another one up the top here. So now everyone... I then went ahead and started enchanting some of my items that I had received enchanting scrolls from. So I enchanted our golden great bow and then our pickaxe as well with a tool that would allow us to mine a lot quicker. All right, we've gone ahead and built a little sheep pen here. So we're going to head out. We're going to shear some sheep. My gosh, that was difficult to say. We're also going to bring some back with us and store them in that little pen. It is a little bit small, but we could potential to expand later down the line. For now, okay, there we go. Come with me, sheepy. I hope I get the lasso back. Cool. And we get the rope back. Awesome. I then headed back out to try and find a ram so that we could breed the sheep together. Oh, look at that. We found another town. I was just out looking for sheep, so, I mean, I'll take it. Esther the village. I feel like potentially killing all of the rams and sheep in the area was probably not my smartest idea, because now I'm struggling to find any of them. We got a new achievement, capture a cow using a rope in the forest. Cool. So that was all of the forest surface things that we needed to get. Alrighty, and we've successfully got a pen of sheep and a bull and a cow. And we've also got the ram over there. So hopefully those guys start breeding. A pawnbroker then decided to show up to the settlement, and I wanted to check the various sell price of things. So I chucked in some corn, some apples, and just a bunch of random other stuff when I discovered that our stack of flowers sold for a butt ton. Let's sell that. I'm happy with that. That's a decent haul of cash. Now we just need to sort out our storage situation. Alrighty guys, and we have built ourselves a little storage shack. So this is where we're just gonna put all our storage stuff. It's a little unfinished, especially the flooring, but it looks like I've got it set up to automate automatic storaging. So we've obviously got weapon one and tools. We've got food, we've got flowers and materials and stuff. So we're going to see how this plays out. I'm hoping that these guys will start hauling all of our old stuff into the new storage shed. I don't know. We'll find out shortly, I guess. After that, I went out and started exploring again. I found a beehive and managed to collect my first queen bee, which was very exciting because now I could start producing honey back at the settlement. I just need to figure out how the hell that would work. And then I continued venturing out and stumbled across a village in the ice biome. Upon heading into the underground area, I did find a treasure chest storage box, and then there was a strange structure just behind it, so I made my way over to it. I mean, what the heck? Peter the villager, goblin, there's like a decapitated pig head, what is going on down here, Peter? I'm just casually breaking into your home though, don't worry. Hello, sir. Now in this chest, I did find the spider egg that we needed in order to summon in the boss for the ice biome. So I decided to leave the royal egg and come back to it when I was prepared. Okay, let's take a look up here, see how our automated storage system is working. Okay, there is stuff that is getting added to it slowly. Nice, it's good to see. All right, we just found the swamp biome. I had no idea this had been here the whole time. But lo and behold, we're in it now, so I'll take it. That's great. We've got a whole bunch of different wood now, so we're getting willow, which is perfect. And we've got another chest here. Cool. We can sell all that stuff. We're not going to really need it. I'll take the willow because we can plant it. Oh, and there's mushrooms here as well. Alrighty, it looks like we are getting offspring now from our sheep. So we've got a baby lamb there. We need to go ahead and get another bull. Oh, there is a lot of pirates. I am hoping that we are up to the task of defeating these guys, because all of our dudes are asleep and there is no way for me to get them to attack. Oh, there we go. So now we've got all our settlers coming to help us to defend against the pirate raid. Hopefully we can get them to come over here. Someone's got the bush, so we should be okay. There goes one of the pirates. Avoidable. That sounds good. Okay, pirates aren't that intense. Pirate raiders have been defeated. That wasn't too difficult at all. After the raid, I then ventured out back to the Plains settlement to try and recruit some guards, as I was going to try and take on the spider boss. Now, the guards did need coins and various potions in order to be recruited, so I spent some time crafting up some potions, and I managed to get Matthew the guard, who had joined our forest settlement, and I recruited a couple more guards along the way as well. These guys were going to be our main fighters because guards did have more health than the standard other settlers. So with Matthew and Brandon in tow, it was time to gear them up and head on out and see how they did. And boy, did they do a lot of damage. We started off by taking them into the plains area, and they just absolutely annihilated pretty much everything in the vicinity, which was phenomenal. I loved it. It was so satisfying to see. I'm very impressed at how powerful these guys are. But I think we're going to retreat because we can't really do much in terms of mining materials down here. Whew. All right, good job, guys. That was solid. I then returned back to base and geared myself up with a gold set of armor. This was a summoning set, so we will hopefully allow more summons to be brought in. It was then time to face the evil's protector once again and pray that we could defeat him this time. Hopefully the guards will help. Where are they going? Who knows? Okay, they're taking damage now. Let's go, come on. Got it! Defeat our first boss. What did we get? Demon Cloak, Demon Heart, Force of Wind, Demonic Bars. Whoa! That sounds scary. Let's take a look. Alright, so Demon Cloak can be consumed. Permanently increases max item sets to 2. Sure. Demon Heart can be consumed. A fire burns within, making it hard to hold for too long. Permanently increases max health by 50. Sweet. Oh shit, look at all that health. To push yourself forward can also be used from hand. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, it's right in there. Right in my bloody storage room. We're going to stand behind our dude. He's straight up body blocking for us. These guys do have like 1,000 health. So, whoa. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can't drink a potion. Guys, finish him off for me. Hey, let's go. Killed him twice. Okay, we can upgrade to a demonic workstation. Let's do that. I don't know what it does, but we'll find out. We can. Upgrade to demonic anvil. Oh, hello. Quartz. We've got runic. Oh, wow. We can go demonic weapons now. Can mine runestone in plains caves. Okay, cool. So that's the whole new tier. Oh my god. I just made gold armor and we've got all this new stuff that we can make. Blood plate, demonic workstation, landscaping station. We've got a cheese press. We can make the mysterious portal now. We've got the royal egg, which we can actually go back and do. Oh, we can get the net. Apiary frame, nice. We can make an apiary now. What else have we got? Bandit fence gate. We've got a bandit fence. All right, and we can complete this quest to get our lunchbox. So now we have to kill the queen spider. Now, unfortunately, at this point, my recording software kind of stuffed up, and this is literally what I had for the next like 6 days before I realized that it wasn't working properly. So nonetheless, I just spent some more time building up the settlement, placing some more decorations, building some more houses. We also got some new recruits coming along, so we actually got 2 new animal handlers come in, which was big because it meant that we could now automate our animal harvesting, so our sheep would get sheared, milk would get collected from our cows, which was really good. We did also manage to get some chickens and roosters as well from the second animal handler that decided to show up at the settlement. But yeah, that was pretty much all that I spent this time doing. It's a bit unfortunate that we lost the footage, but this is all I've got, unfortunately. Alrighty guys, we're going to go ahead and try and take on the rune-bound Chieftain. I have no idea if we're ready for this, but we shall find out. I'm actually going to wait till this health potion runs out first. We've got 2 of our guards with us. I did have 3, but I don't know where the other one has gone. One's got the Frost Greatsword. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go. I mean, he's taken damage. He just did a heap of damage to me, though. Oh my god. Okay, we're dead. Well, that worked out well. Alrighty, we've just found another village all the way out here, not too far from our place. It didn't take us that long, but there is an animal keeper out here, and they have items that we can buy. So we can summon a pet parrot, or we can get something to summon a tame ostrich mount. I'm going to grab that, don't mind if I do, and we should now, I'm hoping, be able to get around on an ostrich. Oh yeah, look at that. Alrighty, we're back in the ice biome. We've got the royal egg here now, so we can use that to summon in... Oh, we've got another royal egg here. It's probably going to come in handy if I die. I then had a problem with my guards starving because I forgot to provide them food in the party interface. So they all ended up leaving back to the settlement. So I was like, well, we might as well go back and get the rest of the guards before we take on the giant spider, right? That would be the logical decision to make here. I then began work on clearing out a little arena for the Spider Queen boss with all my guards in tow, and I threw some bombs to clear this spider web, not realizing there was something waiting within the webs. Oh shit. That was an accident. We destroyed it. The queen spider is awoken. I'm not prepared. I had no lights set up. I didn't expect that bomb to blow it up, to be completely honest. I'm now worried. We're just gonna get a bunch of... Ugh. Okay, so far so okay. It's okay. The spider can run through walls, which I should have seen that coming. My potions are still in effect. These guys are stuck behind a wall. Looks like our poison arrows are poisoning it. I hope I gave my dudes enough bloody potions. This is intense. Could you guys not stand in the blood, please? That would be bloody fantastic. We're going to need to make some more space in here. We're going to be very careful here. Come on, come on. 3, 2. Give me the potion. Can someone please not? The giant spider trying to kill us, please. Oh my lord, I'm gonna die. I'm on 1 health. You're joking. Avenge me, peasants! She was defeated. I'll take it. We may have died, but I'll take it. Let's go! Spider Queen has been defeated. I just may have died in the process. We won't talk about that part. Spider Gland, Spider Charm, and the Spider Heart can be consumed, and you thought the webs were sticky. Increases max health by 50. So after grabbing my items, I then returned back to my settlement to complete the quest. I know this is an inconvenient time, but I'd like to complete my quest, thank you. Cool. So we now have the ammo pouch, which I'm assuming allows us to store ammo in it. I then went ahead and fought the queen spider again, as I did have plenty of her eggs and we haven't gotten all the loot that she would drop. So I took my guards in tow and went to fight her once again. Doesn't really look like our bush summons are doing much though, does it? Oh, here we go. Now she's standing still. We're getting up. And she is... Get out of the poison. Killed her. Let's go. Dance vinyl, spider claw, and a gland. What is the spider claw for? Oh, it's a map weapon. Whoa, hello. Crit chance 5%, knockback 30%. Look at that attack speed though. That's crazy. And then I fought her again. We're possibly going to have these guys recall throughout the fight just because we don't have enough potions. I'd take the recall over them dying like any day of the week. Let's go! Cave spider gland, simple bullet, and a webbed gun. Let's test it out. Whoa. I mean, it seems pretty cool. Range damage is 21. Alrighty, we've just made our way back into the swamp area. Over here, we're near the other area, near the other village. So I just made my way in here because there's a little bit of a swamp, sort of, I don't know, shrine maybe? Ooh, spoiled slime canister. Summons short-lived poison slimes. Does not use summon slots. Alright, let's bust into this bad boy and see how these witches perform. Oh god. I mean, we're doing pretty good to him. No one's dying. That's a positive sign. We've made the miner angry. I didn't mean to attack him, but, well, that's just what happens. After defeating the witches, I then went ahead and raided their little setup that they had, getting quite a few decent weapons such as a necrotic bow, an apprentice necrotic flask, as well as a necrotic greatsword. These were going to be items that I would use going forward, and they would be very, very helpful in dealing with some of these bosses. Alright, we've got a full set of witch's gear on, and it looks like it does give us better armor protection than the runic stuff. So we're going to give our new runic stuff to our new melee dude, who is... You've got the frost staff. It's one of the iron dudes, because we did just give him one of the... There it is. We did just give him the necrotic sword as well. So we're going to give him that bad boy, and he can be super juiced up, because he's going to be a frontliner. After making myself up the new armor set, I then ventured back out to that previous dungeon that I had found right at the beginning of the video. as this was going to be where we needed to defeat the wizard. So I made my way down below and then I started exploring. Now there were a couple of goals that we wanted to accomplish in this section. One of those was to find the mage. Now there was a trapped mage somewhere around here. Thankfully we had already explored a little bit of the dungeon, so it didn't really take us too long. And we also found all of our stuff that we actually lost the last time we were here. So I did try to pick up some of it, but I didn't really lose any sleep. And then I managed to find Alfred the mage, which is exactly who we were looking for. So I managed to get a mage brought back to our settlement and completed the journal entry for saving the captured mage. Oh shit, hello. What is going on over there? Okay, we need to get over there somehow. Alright, we're just gonna bust straight through here. Yeah, I'm assuming we can. Into this nice gentleman's home. Hello, sir. I'm assuming we can break all of these. Blackberry bush, blueberry bush, raspberry bush. I don't really care for that. We'll take those. I then headed down the staircase and went to fight the Void Wizard. Do I have to hit him first? There we go. Alright, slime army attack. Yo, our slimes are absolutely nuking him. I don't know if it's the slimes or just our guards, but we are doing a lot of damage to him. He's getting wrecked. He's getting decimated. It doesn't look like our dudes are taking all that much damage. He's dead. Holy smokes. I was not expecting to nuke him that quick, to be honest. That was really good. I then returned back to the settlement where a gunsmith was waiting to join, and I recruited him for only 378 coins. From the gunsmith, we could buy weapons as well as ammunition. I then went ahead and made up the roasted frog leg as well, which allowed me to complete the swamp surface mission as well as the plains mission for the area as well, because I needed to make some raspberry juice up. I then completed the quest from the Elder, getting myself a void pouch. I then had to go ahead and fight the rune-bound Chieftain. He was my next objective, so I headed back out to his arena. However, I started the fight and none of my guards were with me. We only had 2 of them out of the 5 that we had brought. So unfortunately, I went ahead and just died to that, brought all my dudes into the inner circle this time, and went to try and fight the rune-bound Chieftain. Guys, can we stop getting distracted for 2 seconds? Get into the center of this ring. Let's do this. I think we've got this in the bag, I'm not gonna lie. Although, confidence is a slow, insidious killer. Oh, I wasn't expecting those to explode. We are demolishing this guy, though. He's definitely getting his hits on us, though. Let's go! Defeated him. After defeating the Chieftain, I returned back to the settlement where we were about to get raided by vampires. Now, instead of having them coming to our settlement and destroying and killing everyone, I decided to meet them out there, which was disastrous. The slime army against vampires. Oh my god. Okay, they hurt. I'm... the Isabella the guard from Forest Settlement to his leg. Get out of here. Shit, okay, they hurt. That was a lot of vampires. We're losing people. Okay, is that all the... nope, there's still vampires up there. Okay, defeated the vampires. But we lost quite a lot of people, I'm assuming. Well, it looks like there is an opening for you, Electra, so welcome to the settlement. I then went ahead and handed in the quest, getting myself the shipping chest, which we would prove invaluable because we could use that to send goods away and get money in return. I then had to kill the Swamp Guardian, which I'm assuming is the boss found in the swamp. So I needed to head out there and start excavating some of the swamp. But first, I stumbled across a pirate captain. So I figured, you know what, let's try and take this guy out. It was a terrible decision. His freaking ship just flies around blasting cannonballs at you, blowing you up. So I died pretty instantaneously against him, unfortunately. I did return back to him again to try and take him on with some of my guards, but once again, he just blew me up. I was slightly ahead of myself, however, because obviously the pirate captain was not supposed to be the next boss we were facing. That was supposed to be the Swamp Guardian. I did also find the desert biome as well and headed down underground too. And I found some more ostriches and stuff like that, but we didn't really need any of the stuff that we were finding out here. I did grab some of the trees and cactuses. And then I also went ahead and caught a bee back in the plains surface area to complete that entry in the journal. And then I made my way underground into the swamp, looting chests, as well as grabbing a whole bunch of new seeds down here. We've got a vinyl. We've also got our first potatoes, which is very exciting, and potato seeds. So I will happily take that. We're going to continue just mining out an area, and then we're going to give our best and try and take on this boss of the swamp by ourselves. We're going to give this a shot. I have no idea what to expect from this, but we'll find out. We've got weapons. We should be okay. Oh, it's a giant worm. We do have our zombies, so I'll see how they go. Okay, we took a little bit of damage there. I mean, our slimes are doing pretty decent. There's just a lot going on here. Alright, we're getting destroyed by this guy. Fuck, alright, that was a solid first attempt. We did 4,000 damage, oh my god. Alrighty, we're about to get attacked by the Mafia. I've got no words. Let's see how this goes. I'm a little scared, I'm not going to lie. Let's get a summon in. And pray that we can deal with the Mafia. We've got all our settlers at the ready. Oh, there is a lot of them. I do not think that we are ready for these guys. Where are you going? She's already under fire from them. Oh, I'm scared. I am very scared. Okay, let's just give them all those potions, and then hopefully that keeps them alive. Alright, here we go. Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, we're actually doing pretty good. We're getting a bunch of weapons from them, and bullets. Oh, no, I was about to say, is that it? But it's definitely not. Oh my, how many Mafia are there? Holy smokes. Oh, it's a bloodfest. Okay, there goes that one. Okay, we got someone drinking a potion. The Mafia have been defeated. Okay. So we lost a miner, which, I mean, is not the worst. After that raid, I then returned back to the Swamp Guardian to try and defeat him with a bunch of my guards. It went slightly better, but I got stuck in a corner and murdered, very briefly. This had an ongoing effect. We definitely died to the Swamp Guardian a whole bunch of times compared to the last few boss attempts that we've made. So it was a bit of a challenge, but I did figure out that we could use this poison potion that we actually got from the witches, and that actually damaged each individual segment of the boss. So we did a butt ton of damage to it, killing it very quickly. And thankfully, just like that, we had defeated the Swamp Guardian. The dredging staff sounds very cool. Okay, we got the Guardian Heart, extra 50 health. The dredging staff shoots a wave of spikes. Oh. I feel like this would do a lot of damage to bosses. Oh, finally we killed him. Hardest one we've faced in a while. After killing the swamp boss, I then claimed the quest getting the teleport stone, which will allow us to teleport from the map as long as we had our waystone placed down. And then I went and killed the queen spider, once again netting myself her summoning weapon, which summoned icicle shards. Now, I then went ahead and headed out into the desert cave, where I fought the ancient Vulture. Now, I was getting a butt ton of the items that you needed to summon in the ancient Vulture, and I figured with this new summon weapon that we got from the Spider Queen, which you currently see, pretty much fires non-stop icicle shards out. Plus, it doesn't count as any summon, so I still had my swords firing around. Plus, with all my guards, I was able to make very quick work of the Ancient Vulture, as well as the fact that its moveset wasn't really too difficult to dodge. So it was a pretty easy battle against the Ancient Vulture. It was just a little bit tedious, and that was it. Other than that, it was a pretty easy basic fight. It did summon in some eggs that hatched baby vultures, but I wasn't too worried about them. Well, he was much easier than the freaking swamp boss, I can tell you that much. Hold on, we haven't killed him yet. There we go. He was so much easier. Holy smokes. Vulture's Burst. That sounds very badass. So after defeating him the first time, I then decided to run it back and kill him again. And this time was just as easy as the first time. Alrighty, we've just found a new dude, an explorer. We can't get him just yet, but I definitely want to try to. We need some gold ore, which I obviously don't have any of. So we're just out here in the mine, in the desert one, still trying to find any. And then I stumbled across the caveling oasis. So I broke my way in there and I made sure to replace the wall back there just to make sure that none of these other little suckers escaped while I murdered them. Find the caveling oasis. Can I break this fountain? I can. Can I bring that? Oh, I want a fountain. Let's go. There he is. Let's have a chat to this guy. Hello, sir. I didn't want to do that. We have attacked him by accident. I had the summon stuff. Oh, and we got carrots. Let's go. We don't have carrots. No, we definitely don't have carrots yet. I'm not sure what all this is. Is this quartz? Oh, we got amethyst now. Cool. Oh, and we got eggplants. We are making a lot of... We're going to need to make a lot of new farmland. And I may have accidentally summoned the Ancient Vulture again by destroying an urn that we had found, so we had to get to work at trying to kill him again, and this time was a little bit more difficult. I didn't start on full health, so he did manage to get the kill on me, but my guards almost finished him, but they weren't good enough to get the job done. Oh, shit. And then after returning back to the desert to get my gear, I then accidentally summoned in once again, this time without any guards. Thankfully, I didn't need them. I just had my slimes and my vultures, and we absolutely nuked the vulture. Maybe I should try and take on bosses by myself more often. Let's see what we got. What did we get? Another talent? Oh, it's a spear. Kind of. Do I just run it back? Because he's got a helmet. Surely that'll drop for us. I might just run it back. We got plenty of ancient statues here. I feel like my summoners thing sort of worked out. I'll tell you what, this slime weapon is crazy. Easy. Oh, we still didn't get his bloody... I just want the helmet. I've got no more statues left though, so we're calling it there. That's cool. I then pretty much went straight to the pirate captain to defeat him, as he was our next target. He was going to reward us with the coin pouch if I defeated him and completed the quest. But I still was not prepared for him to turn into his flying freaking ship that launched cannon bolts at me. I did bring some guards, but eventually he did get the drop on me and killed me in the process. I then briefly returned while on the smidgenest of health, managed to get my health back up, surviving, and I was able to successfully defeat him with my vultures and a flintlock pistol that had void bullets in it. Come on, we're so close. Let's go, we take him. Wait, Tom the Broken Pirate. Wait, what? Okay, sure. I'll take a pirate. What did we get from killing him? Okay, we got a deep cave ladder. Ooh, can be used to reach deep caves. No idea what they are, but that sounds interesting. We got a pirate telescope, extends map discovery range, and we got a pirate sheath. Can be consumed, permanently increases max trinkets to 6. Let's go, that's huge. And then what does this do? It's a trinket. How does that work? Does that just, whenever we walk around now, we expand more space? Possibly. All right, let's go ahead, go through this. She looks very angry. Wait, what? What does it say? Help me get these chains off. Okay, we'll accept her because, yeah, she's part of that. And then we'll just get rid of it when we get back. Defeat 5 pirates while sailing. I then returned back to the settlement and expanded it with 40 demonic bars and 2,500 coins. This was going to give us quite a bit more area to build with. So that's exactly what I went ahead and spent some time doing after expanding the settlement. And I went ahead and continued building areas around the settlement. I'm going to spend some time building, and then I think we'll head into the deep caves. Not before dying to starvation, though. Alrighty, guys, we are back. We've got a bunch of tungsten ore from our miner going down, so we can now upgrade the tungsten workstation. I could upgrade the carpenter's workbench, but I was an idiot and went ahead and turned all of our wood into farmland and wood fences without realizing that was all of our wood. So that's not the greatest. We can also upgrade our anvil, so let's upgrade that bad boy, and we've now got a tungsten anvil. So we're now into tungsten. All right, we've got a bunch of new armor. Oh my god, look at all the armor. We've got a life elixir, permanently increases max health by 10 up to 10 times. Huh. Shadow gate calls for a powerful ghost, must be used in the forest deep caves. I think this is what we need to fight the next boss, I think. We may have a problem here. We are about to get attacked by a whole heap of mummies. That's a lot of fucking mummies. That is a lot of mummies. Oh my god, here we go. Okay, we should be fine. It looks like the mummies are melee, so I think most of our dudes do have some sort of ranged weaponry, so I think we'll be okay. Okay, we've lost... I mean, we didn't lose them, but they're low on health, which is fine. As long as no one dies. I don't want to lose the pirate guy. Tom, run! Run, Tom! Okay, cool. That wasn't actually too bad. Alright, here we go. We're about to get attacked by some void apprentices. All these settlers have formed up. We're ready to go. We've been making a lot of changes around the settlement. Oh god, that's a lot of void apprentices. I don't know if we're ready for it. Oh god, it looks like they keep on coming in. All right, here we go. They should be start coming in a second. Yep. All right, they're sort of trickling in, which might make things a little bit nicer for us. Here we go. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, I'm just poisoning myself now. It's not too bad. All right, I was just kind of hoping they would trickle in so that... Oh no, our pirate! We're gonna have to go get another pirate now. I'm really sad about him. he was very entertaining to have. Okay, everyone... Oh, there goes our miner. I really hope my poison isn't thinking that. Okay, well, they're dead. We killed them. What did we get? As fate would have it, it looks like we've got another miner moving in, so we shouldn't have a problem dealing with the Pirate King. We're going to go take care of him now. Welcome to the crew, buddy. We're going to send you on a mining trip to go get some more tungsten ore. Cool. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Lord and see if we can kill him again. Alrighty, and we've found a graveyard all the way out here. So I just got a Plague Doctor outfit. We've got an Animal Keeper just here. There's all these graved tombs. We also managed to get some deadwood sapling trees. Oh, there's an overgrown fountain. I was actually looking for that. We're going to grab that as well. We're just going through and grabbing pretty much all this stuff here. And then I made my way to the pirate captain to defeat him. Let's go. We killed him and we got another hand cannon. Oh, we didn't get to recruit. Oh, there he is. I was going to say, join my settlement. Okay. Woo. After defeating the Pirate King, I then returned back to the settlement. However, on the way, I found a really cool new biome. Now, this biome was full of glow coral, bamboo, as well as willow. We hadn't found bamboo before, so I harvested up as much of it as I could, brought the saplings back to the settlement, as well as a bunch of the glow coral. Alrighty, as you can see, my forestry zone is slowly coming into effect, so we've got that. We just need to make sure that our settlers start forestering it. Forestering it? Is that the right word? I don't know, it is now. We're going to go all the way down like that. After setting up the forestry zone, I then headed into the deep caves where I found my first treasure chest that had a divine elderly wand in it, which seemed very powerful. I did grab all the loot, tested out the wand, and then I started mining everything up that I found down here in the deep caves. I did find like a mini sort of settlement thing that I decided to head down there and check out as well. Now I did have my guards with me so that they could protect me, and I was just mining a bunch of deep stone and pretty much killing anything and everything that I came across. I did also discover onion seeds, which was a new crop, and some onion, which is wonderful. We needed to make some more space to plant that on our farm. And then I also found a bunch of rubies down here as well, which I got to work at harvesting and mining all of those up as well. We did get a lemon sapling. Let's go. That is very exciting. That looks concerning. I don't know whether or not this will be us in the future. At least I had a bed. I then returned to the surface to upgrade my alchemy table using some cave glow that I had found. So with the cave glow, it was a new type of crop as well that we would need for greater health potions. So I did receive some seeds and I could get those planted ASAP in a farm to grow the cave glow. I then also went ahead and spent some time making myself up some new weapons to get ready to take on the boss of the deep caves. Let's see how we go against this powerful ghost. I'm hoping we've got the means to deal with it. We're about to find out. I've only got one summon. Huh. Alright. Let's do it. Oh shit, the Reaper. Because that's not terrifying. I mean, we're doing damage to him. I don't know if that makes us invulnerable to his attacks, but like it seems to be working pretty good. And it was safe to say that I was not prepared for the Reaper, so I returned back to the settlement to work on my build. Alrighty guys, we are back, and I think it's safe to say we are ready to go. I made myself up some reanimation bow, and then I also made myself up the athletic ruby shields, and then I enchanted them. So I don't know why, but for some reason it lets us go ahead and summon in vultures. I did make myself up some new armor as well, which is summoner set. And then I've also gone ahead and rearranged some of my trinkets to complement the summoner build that we are trying out. So it was then time to head back into the deep caves and try and take on the Reaper again. This time with my army of vultures and ruby crystals. I was hoping that we would be able to defeat him. The ruby crystals were good at intercepting objects, but he still managed to kill us with 74% of his health left. So I returned again and died once again, and I just kept coming back for more. This time I did bring more of my guards and a bow, but it still was not enough, and he killed us yet again. This time I just went hammer with our slime mirror, and this thing just absolutely slapped. It was crazy how good this weapon was. Let's go. Reaper has been killed. Death Ripper. Well, that doesn't sound terrifying whatsoever. Where the hell is the Death Ripper? Trained Death Ripper. Charges up to fire faster. Requires bullets. Has a 75% chance to not consume ammo. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. What else does he have? Let's take a look here. Melee weapon, summon weapon, magic weapon. You know what? Let's run it back. Our guys have 12 potions. We've got 4 of these greater health potions. Let's run it back. I feel like this is doing a pretty decent amount of damage to him. I've just noticed it's a minigun. Oh, you motherfuckers. Quick, finish him, guys. Oh, we got him. We take those. Oh, yes, let's go. Oh, right. We just got to get back there and get that stuff. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. This is the Reaper Scythe. Shoots a Reaper Scythe. Let's see. Oh, shit. Is that the melee weapon? Yeah, that's the melee weapon. That's freaking badass. After defeating the Reaper, I then continued exploring the deep cave where I got murdered by a vampire. Now, it looked like they had a little section down here with a blood fountain and whatnot. So I slowly made my way back down to that same area because I wanted to check it out, obviously. I went back there, dealt with the vampires, and I collected the sick looking fountain down here, as well as the banners in the area as well, so that we could take those back to the base and use them for decoration around the base. Alrighty, and this is a new one. We've got ninjas about to attack us. Now, I believe our settlers should be geared up. Honestly, not as bad as... I mean, I say that every time. These guys aren't too bad. Oh my god, but look at the horde of them. Oh fuck. We just lost a bunch of our dudes. After losing a bunch of our settlers, I then managed to find the forest bear in a cave as well. So I defeated the forest bear, getting the journal entry completed as well as a pet grizzly bear. I then returned back to the settlement to continue building. And this is a bit of an odd one. We've got chicken people attacking me from the southwest. So we're going to head out there. We're going to just meet them head on. Okay, they have a lot. What are they using to attack us? Snow launchers? I mean, it looks like our dudes aren't really suffering all that much. It's just very strange what's going on here. At least we're getting lots of eggs. I can't complain about that. After defeating the chicken people, their weapons sold for a crap ton of money, so I sent an expedition out with our trader, and we made a pretty hefty profit from these guys' stuff that they dropped, which I was happy about. Alrighty, and this is going to be our final settlement expansion as well. Oh shit, that's a lot of space. That is so much space we are not going to need anymore. Let's take a look. It's pretty nice. We definitely don't need any more space than that though, for sure. I don't even think we're going to use that full square, to be completely honest. But that's nice to have. We can build a lot of things here now, which is really good. But we also need to focus on getting into the deep caves and doing that, because I am slightly neglecting them in order to build stuff, because I just enjoy building a lot in this game. I then ventured into the deep snow cave, and my Reaper's Scythe was just doing so much damage. It was very satisfying to do. I did take a look at the journal entry to figure out what we needed to do to get the reward. I did also discover strawberry seeds, which I was very excited about, because I feel like strawberry seeds are just something that everyone gets excited about when you get strawberries. So I continued exploring the cave, killing a bunch of the monsters that were down here, and I eventually found the deep plains cave as well. However, I did die to a cryo flake in the process as well, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, here we go. That is a lot of health. Oh my god. Okay, our dudes are attacking something else. She's currently stuck. Let's just blast her here. I did try to get some better trinkets so that we could do like double dashes and stuff like that, but I didn't have any luck doing so because we need some particular items. Ooh. Okay, we're just gonna hold out the 4 seconds. I wish these guys would stop attacking that and just attack the queen. I am trying to stand behind our dudes because they kind of block the shots for us. I'm just trying to focus on staying alive at the moment. So I think we might switch our dudes to using ranged weapons. I mean, even though this guy's just kind of with the Gatling gun isn't really doing much. I don't know why. Maybe he's out of bullets. No, he's still got bullets, so I don't know. Maybe it's just the Gatling gun itself. Oh, shit. My swords aren't really doing much. No. Oh, that's close. Oh, fuck. So I continued fighting the Cryo Queen, bringing my guards with me to try and help out. It didn't really work out all that well. I was just kind of struggling. I also ran out of potions, which would have been a factor. So fighting the Cryo Queen was kind of driving me insane. I couldn't really get a grasp on dodging her moves enough. I just only had the one dash. So I did try switching some things up here and there to try and make it a little bit easier on myself. but I mean, it didn't really work that well. I did give myself a bunch of potions to try and increase my stats and stuff like that. There were a couple of times that I did get a low, but never enough to actually finish the job. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, she's driving me crazy. Oh, come on. I was so close. Oh my god. This bitch is annoying. So after dying to her multiple times, I then decided to switch up my summon weapon from the Vulture staff to another craftable weapon, which was actually the Cryo flakes that we found in the snow biome. These guys, paired with my Gatling gun dealing the void bullets that track onto your enemies, they were doing a lot of damage. They were pretty much stuck to her and they were just shredding her for so much damage. It was super satisfying to use. Fuck. Oh, I got hit by both of them. Fuck me. Oh my god, that could not have been a worse fucking run. However, victory still wasn't guaranteed. Alright, we've got a raid coming in from somewhere. Ninjas, I think, again. Not too worried about the ninjas. I don't think they're that strong. Or that scary, for that matter. Well, we did just lose one of our animal keepers, which isn't the greatest. And we lost our alchemist. They just did their ninja little slicey slice. Okay, so we are losing all of our settlers. I really needed to build a wall around our freaking base, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay, we have pretty much just lost everyone. Which isn't the greatest. That's not what you want to see. So after losing all my settlers, I needed an ego boost, so I headed back down to fight the Cryo Queen once again. I'm trying to play it safe and not get hit by anything. As you can see, that's not going great. I'm just trying to survive here. Come on. You're fucking kidding me. 690 health. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. You're joking, right? That's fucking... Oh, that's so frustrating. I think we've got this. Finish up. Let's go. Oh my god. Finally. I don't even want to try and face her again. Cryo Heart, Cryo Blaster, and battle for something. Oh, Titan Cryo Blaster. That sounds very cool. Oh shit, that's pretty funky. Does it do anything? Just, it's a very good gun, I guess. Oh man, finally. And we get an extra 50 health. Oh, she's finally dead. I'm so happy with that. These guys are very good, these new summons that we made the weapon for. I'm very happy with them. Alright, Cryo Queen is dead. Next up is the Swamp. Alrighty, so we've got a lot of crops going on. We did just get a whole bunch of new crops as well. So we got like the strawberries, and then I think we got something else. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head out and we're going to go get some chickens. Hopefully from a village nearby. I did have some, but they got murdered in the pens. And then we're going to come back to base, sort out some of the crop fields, sort out our animals as well so that we can use, we can build them a new structure so that they're protected. And then we'll go from there. Our bees are producing quite a lot of honey as well, which is great, but we did just scout out a couple new villages, so we've got all these ones out here that we're going to go journey out to. Oh shit. That was an accident. I just killed the animal keeper. I very much did not mean to do that, everyone. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hold on, we're going to die. After getting murdered by the villagers, I returned back to the settlement, claiming some chickens, and I brought them back to my settlement and added them to the sheep and pig pen. Now, I did need to build a separate area for these guys, which I was going to get around to eventually. But first, I had to make my way into the deep plains cave and start my exploration journey down here. Well, that was awkward for him. Okay, we're getting some amber in here now, which is good. You completed become fully possessed by a forest spectre. Oh, well, that was an easy one to get. These are funky maple logs down here. Cave maple sapling. Those are cool. I like those. Okay, I've just found a pathway down. I don't know what this is. But let's give it a shot. Cool. Well, I just got nuked. Oh, I don't take damage because I'm on my hoverboard. Actually, that's a lie. I do take damage. Oh god, those are hurting. Oh fuck. Alright, I died. Oh. got rebounded off the fucking wall. Huh, well that worked out rather effectively. Alright, cool, we made it to the gold room. We've got a full inventory, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay, let's smack these. We've got 730 coins. It's not the greatest. Alright, ooh. This might have been worth it. Okay, we got some potions, we got some amber, torches, iron bombs, a spirit urn. Okay, so we got the boss summon item, which is wonderful. 30-second wind charm. Increases dash stacks by 1. Nice. That's actually really big. Alright, cool. Decent amount of loot there. I'll take it. Let's get out of here and keep looking in this dungeon. Oh, well, we found the cursed crone out here, which is pretty good. There is topaz down here as well, which I'm probably going to go try and hit up now, actually. Alright, here we go. We're about to take on the crone queen. Let's see how this goes. The cursed crone, 99% hunger. Do we just attack her? Like... Oh shit, yep, I guess that's what we do. Okay, this is pretty good so far. Okay, it's like noughts and crosses. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, so that just straight up one-shots you. That's wonderful. So we have to beat her at noughts and crosses. Sure, let's do it. So after discovering I needed to beat her at noughts and crosses, I died yet again phasing her, but then I'm pretty sure I had it down pat, except I got killed by the skulls and tornadoes that she summoned in while she was in the noughts and crosses. Thankfully, I was finally able to get a noughts and crosses win on her, and we were hoping that she was going to die from it. Unfortunately, she didn't. So we did get an opportunity to attack her. So with our summons and our Reaper Scythe, I was able to do a crap ton of damage to her in this stage. But she did get back up, and she started calling down her like spirals of death magic. And then it was time for another game of noughts and crosses against her. These scythes are doing so much damage. It's great. I think I might freaking use these going forward. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, we got her, finally. Woo! All right, that was good. That was a solid amount of... That was a good run that time. All right, we take those. Let's go. So I then ran it back and fought her again, except this time I died and she was left on 177 health. I was a little bit mad, I'm not going to lie. So I returned, finished the job by killing her again, and got some different stuff this time around. I did receive the Summoner's Bestiary, which was a trinket which would actually allow us to deal more damage based on the different amount of summons that we had. So I figured this was a pretty good trinket, and from that point I did call it on fighting the cursed crone. Alrighty, we are now in the deep swamp cave, and we've already got a little dungeon area just down here that we're going to head up into. Because why the hell not? Oh god, there's a lot of skellies in here. So in here we got, ooh, apprentice swamp dweller staff. Shoots a flower that releases projectiles. We got tungsten bars, bombs, and a decaying leaf. We did also go ahead and make ourselves up a new set of armor. So we made the dryad armor, which is the amber stuff from the deep plains cave. Figured we'd give that a shot. It does give us an extra stack of bark skin, which increases our armor by 10 per stack. But we lose a stack when we get hit, but I think it regenerates over time. So I found this room and I needed to solve the puzzle. All I needed to do was follow the lighted pathway. However, it did take me a couple of attempts. I did die throughout them, I'm not going to lie and hide that. But we did manage to make it onto the other side and completed the other side where we finally made it into the treasure room. Alrighty, we made it to the end of this extra dungeon. I'm not going to say how long it took us because it did take us quite a bit of time. Let's take a look what we got. Keen Aged Champion Shield. Oh shit, prevents 100% of damage taken. Puny Aged Champion Scabbard. Passively regen resilience. And some potions. And another leaf so that we can summon the boss. Cool, I'll take it. I then went ahead and cleared an area so that I could summon in the boss. And then it was finally time to use the decaying leaf and see what this boss was about. Let's see how it goes. I don't know what to expect, to be completely honest, but I think we should be okay. I don't know what to expect with this boss, but let's find out. Oh, Jesus. 50,000 HP. This is a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie. Okay, we are doing literally no damage to it. These guys are doing nothing. Okay, I have an idea on how we can beat this guy, and it's the potion. If you guys remember, I think we used the same thing on the last boss, on the last swamp boss. You are not helping the situation here, dude. Get out of here. And I don't think I can dash through him, right? Probably not. Oh, that's doing big damage there. Look at that. Okay. Alright, that's cool. So after dying to the Pest Warden, I decided to make a few changes and headed back to the settlement where I made the unlabeled potion. Now, we had used the previous potion on the last Swamp Guardian, so I figured we could try and use this, and this should deal a lot of damage. The dude's got a lot of segments. We should be able to take him out. So I prepped and got everything ready, and then I headed back down into the deep swamp to try and take on the Pest Warden again. Not really doing as much damage as I thought it was going to be completely honest. So I was extremely disappointed with how little damage that potion was doing. So I switched back over to the scythe to test that out instead, and obviously the Pest Warden did manage to kill me, but we weren't going to use the potion going forward, so I did decide to stick using the Reaper Scythe. However, with that came close and personal confines with the Pest Warden, and obviously he killed me quite a few times. Quite a few times. However, on one run, I did get quite lucky, and I did a crap ton of damage to the Pest Warden in a very short amount of time. I was... look at that. Look at that skill in placement. So, we were able to deal a crap ton of damage to the Pest Warden. I did have some extra resilience as well, and, well, it speaks for itself. Let's go. We got him. That was so much easier than the last times. I don't know why, but I'll take it. Livin' Shoddy and a Warden Heart. Let's go. Tightened Livin' Shoddy. Oh, it's a shotgun. Okay, that seems cool. I feel like that would be pretty effective to kill him. I then returned back to the settlement, claiming the quest reward from my elder for a portal flask, which allowed us to pretty much portal areas, and we could leave a portal up. It was then time to fight off another raid with ancient skeletons attacking our forest settlement. Now, these skelly boys were pretty powerful, but using the power of trees and sick juking moves, I was able to use my Reaper Scythe to deal a crap ton of damage, almost preventing them from getting into the settlement. I'm not going to lie, there was a crap ton of these guys coming down, so I was a little bit worried, and they did manage to get a kill on me. However, we did get them into the settlement, and we had our settlers help us fight them off. Thankfully, we were able to repel the ancient skeletons with no casualties in the process, and we did get a crap ton of loot as well in the process. So these antique bows and antique rifles were really good weapons. I did sell some of them, however, majority of them did go to my settlers to beef up their weapon damage. I then headed back into the deep caves to fight the Reaper again, as there was some stuff that I hadn't gotten from him. I did receive the Shadow Beam staff, which allowed us to cast a Shadow Beam, and it bounced off walls, dealing damage to anything in the path. However, that was not the weapon that I wanted. I wanted the summon weapon from the Reaper, which caused us to pretty much spawn in his little Reaper orbs, I guess is the best thing to describe them, as summons, and they did not count towards your max summon count. So I got that weapon the next time we killed him, and then I headed down into the deep desert cave. Alrighty, we've done some searching in the deep desert cave, and we've just found the Dragon Souls, which is what we need to summon in this area's boss. But to do so, you need to have found the arena, which we also have thankfully found. So, ooh, that was weird. Straight down here is the arena. Boom. So we can potentially summon in the boss of the deep desert area, which we'll do shortly. We're just going to probably take all these items back to base, check out the rest of this little area, see how we go. We do have some stuff that we can take back to base, so that's pretty good. Our inventory is very full. I haven't found any more chests here though. It looks like this just kind of keeps going. Alright, here we go. Let's see how we go. Grit and Sage. I'm a little scared, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm just gonna keep summoning these things in while they just circle around us. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared about them. Oh, this does not look good. Well, that went well. Not the worst, but it was definitely could have been better. So after the initial fight with Sage and Grit, I then brought in the shotgun to try and use that out. It did work pretty good. We did have void bullets, but it was pretty much just a whole heap of dying while I tried to figure out the strategy for fighting this guy. I did pop potions and everything like that. I was also fighting him on hard mode, which I completely forgot about. All the bosses had been fought on hard mode, which is probably why I had struggled a little bit with a few of them. But Sage and Grit was definitely the hardest one so far. This ring attack, I just could not dodge. I could not get out of it. But I did eventually figure out a different strategy to try and combat these guys because I was just dying. You can see here just from this clip, I was just constantly dying. Thankfully though, I did have the portal flask set up so that I could just portal in. I did eventually make some banner stands and craft up some banners, which essentially buff you in a certain radius based on the banner that you chuck in. So I had a banner of defense and a banner of movement speed, which increased obviously our movement speed and defense. I also changed some trinkets up, which allowed me to sprint and dash as well. However, it still wasn't enough to defeat Sage and Grit. I just needed to try and memorize their attack patterns as best as I could, switch up my weapons where I could, and also change up my armor a little bit. Thankfully, I did try to bring some guards to try and help me out, but they were absolutely useless and did nothing. I just added an extra layer for me to have to manage, which I was not a fan of. Yeah, so unfortunately, I did get very close to defeating Sage, but I was pretty sure that if I defeated one of these guys without defeating the other one, that they would enrage and start getting a huge boost to stats. And then I almost managed to kill one and they brought out their fire attack, and like, oh, it was just so much running around, so much trying to dodge two targets at once. It was very difficult, and I unfortunately got caught in the body of one of them and they just took out my health like it was nothing. And this happened multiple times. So I was not having a good time defeating Sage and Grit. I'm going to spare you from all the swearing I was doing as I was dying to these guys. And then I got so close to beating them. With 6k health combined left, I did fall to them. However, it all led to this perfect moment where I was fully buffed up with food, fully buffed up with potions. I had brought in slimes, I had brought in extra summons, I had brought in a whole new blood bolt spell to try and defeat these guys in the process. Let's go. We take these wins. Woo! Finally, hardest boss yet. Oh man, a hidden staircase is opening up. What the hell does that mean? We just lost our banners, but we did get Dragon's Rebound. What's that? Can be thrown. Well, this sounds pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. Do we want to head down here? What's down here? You completed Find a Way Further Below in the Desert. Oh, cool. Call of the Sea. Should I be worried about what's down here? What am I going to find? I do like this Dragon's Rebound though. This thing looks like it's going to be great. So I followed the pathway that was this deep dungeon, and it took me to this guy. The Fallen Wizard. The final boss of the deep dungeons that I would need to defeat in order to move on to the final endgame stuff. Now, I had brought all my weapons and tools at my disposal for this first initial fight. This was kind of just like mapping out his abilities and seeing what he could do and seeing the damage sort of capacity that he had. And I mean, I was pretty impressed with how much damage we were doing to him so far. He did summon in these dragons, and this very hard to dodge beam attack was very frustrating to have to try and avoid. But I mean, we were dealing pretty decent damage to him that I was pretty happy with. I just needed to figure out how to dodge most of his attacks better, but I was pretty happy with our first initial attempt. Now, I did obviously return to him and try and fight him again and again, but I did die. Horrible deaths. I did also bring our banners down as well to try and help me out, but obviously this beam attack where it would just zoom around the whole arena just kept getting me every damn time. And then if you did manage to dodge the beam attack, these huge dragon things that he would spawn in would get you as well. So obviously this guy was just as hard as Sage and Grit, just as infuriating and frustrating as Sage and Grit as well. And I was starting to run out of potions as well and food items, but it was just a slow, tedious process. I did bring in my shotgun to try and help me out, but I was just really vibing with how much damage the Reaper's Scythe was doing. Like, it just seemed to absolutely chunk the Fallen Wizard as well as his dragon friends. Like, just because they lingered for a little bit when you threw them, so they just did so much damage to him. Unfortunately, I did continue dying. I don't know how many attempts it took for me to kill this guy. I believe this is probably all of them, actually. And majority of them, if not all of them, ended in death. So that wasn't fun. Oh, you bastard. 20%. That was a good run. We're getting used to his attack patterns. At least I thought I was, which is why I died these next 2 times. Well, this is going to go down well. Oh my god, look at them all. That's a fuck ton of raiders. Slimes attack. Seek out vengeance and destroy. There's a lot of bullets coming our way. I then enlisted the help of our settlers to try and repel these raiders. We did still have heaps of our guards available, so I figured let's try and bloody defeat these guys. Hopefully they would drop some decent stuff for us as well. They didn't really put up too much of a fight, but there were a lot of them coming in, and well, things ended a little bit sadly. Oh man, we're losing more dudes. Oh, not our mage. Oh, we are losing everyone. The game is going crazy. Okay, we lost our farmer. Well, these guys are freaking strong. They got some boss tier freaking weapons. Pretty sure we killed them all. Did we not? Pretty sure we did, but I think we lost a whole heap in return. Which is not the greatest thing. Hopefully we got some stuff that was worth it. Doesn't look like it. We got some iron chest plate. Wow, and a sunflower. Wow. Was it worth the people that we lost? Absolutely not. So after dealing with the raiders, I then returned back to the Fallen Wizard, taking a slightly different approach, starting the fight with a bunch of my summons out, including the slimes from the slime canister. I then switched up to the Reaper's Scythe, to try and just dish out as much damage as I could. I also made sure I had more mobility items equipped this time around so that I could sort of sidestep and dash a little bit better, as well as sprint, which I found really helped actually dodge that tracking laser beam that circled around the whole arena. I also figured out that the braziers were able to block the beam as well. So I was doing quite a decent chunk of damage and killing his dragons that he summoned in, as well as dodging his void projectiles, I guess, that he was firing at me that tracked me. So I was pretty happy with how I was doing so far, but I obviously didn't want to get too cocky and eat my words. So I just focused in, locked in, and got ready to try and defeat the Fallen Wizard. Let's go! 3 hearts left and we killed him. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that was close. Oh, look at that. We've got an animal keeper coming back. Oh, we take those. What did we get? Altar Dust, Abyssal Cloak. A Wizard Socket permanently increases max trinkets to 7. Don't mind if I do. Look at that. And we got the Wizard Cloak. Oh, Abyssal Cloak, sorry. Can be consumed. Permanently increases max item sets to 4. I'll take that as well. Altar Dust. And then a Snow Deep Cave Extraction Tablet. Place in the Fallen Altar to activate. Can be upgraded. No idea what that is. We'll figure that out at some point. All I can say is after losing all our villagers, I am glad that we just defeated the Fallen Wizard. We are going to be accepting whoever comes into our settlement because we need to replenish our ranks. Woo! Alrighty, well that is how you do it. Wait, what? Find the secret painting and steal it. Craft the Fallen Altar. Find the secret painting? Is this a different dungeon? Oh, it's the temple. I had no idea this was a thing. Oh! Look at that. We can make a Fallen Altar. Let's make that bad boy up. I don't know what it does. We have passed the 100 days as well. We're currently sitting at, I think, 101, which is, it's fine. I did want to spend some more time building anyway. What is this thing about? Upgrade the Fallen Altar. Place a gateway tablet to activate. What does this do? Snow Deep Cave Tier 1 Extraction. Loot. Glacial Ore. Cryo Essence. Altar Dust, area modifiers, plus 15% loot, plus 15% enemy damage. When enemies die, they leave an explosion in their wake. That's sick. Okay, so you can enter that. Oh, that's dope. Wait, no. Okay, let's not do that. That's sick. All right, so this is the endgame sort of tier stuff. So that's pretty cool. I do like the idea of these incursions. So that, I actually think I know where the secret painting is as well. We're going to see if we can grab that. I did run into a painting room. Just here. I don't know if this is the secret painting room, but it's definitely got a painting in it. I didn't see if it's... Hey, there we go. Cool painting. That's it. And so now we've gotten all of the dungeon things, which is wonderful. Temple, whatever you want to call it. And we get the Banner of War. Rapidly spawns enemies around it. Enemies will attempt to destroy the banner, breaking down obstacles in their way. That's actually really good for like farming. Cool. I'm happy with that. We're gonna spend a little bit of time, I think, maybe working on the base. No, you know what? We're gonna wrap up the 100 days here, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comments if you did. If you would like to see this game again, there are some mods that I'd like to try out, and I would love to go through this game again. We did play on hard mode, which I only realized at the end. So we played on hard difficulty, which is why we probably struggled a couple of spots in the bosses, because I think they get increased health and damage. But that's cool. I really enjoyed this game. If you guys have a chance, check it out. It is so worth playing. I had so much fun. It literally consumed my life, and I could not stop thinking about this game. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this 100 days. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.